Doctor Who has been around for quite a while. First created in 1963, the show saw 26 seasons on air before getting cancelled in 1989. The IP received a movie 7 years later and returned to the small screen in 2005. Since the show's revitalization, many actors have shared adventures with the time-traveling alien, and some of these actors have showed up in other popular shows. Some of these shows are Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, and Batwoman, all of which make up the Arrowverse. So without further ado, here are 8 actors who have appeared in Doctor Who and the Arrowverse. Quick note, only actors in Doctor Who and one or more live-action shows of the Arrowverse will appear on this list, so I will not include any actors who have only appeared in spin-offs of the main shows. And minor spoilers ahead. Starting off this list is Russell Tovey. Born in Essex, Tovey had early desires to be a history teacher, but changed his goals to be an actor after seeing movies like The Goonies, Stand By Me, and Dead Poets Society. He began acting in his local drama club and was spotted by a talent agent. He made his TV debut in the CBBC show Mud. Tovey then attended Barking College before he was expelled for taking a paid acting job instead of taking a role in his school's play. The young actor kept pursuing his acting career, performing in plays before returning to the BBC. In 2007, Tovey played Midshipman Alonzo Frame in the Doctor Who episodes Voyage of the Damned and End of Time Part 2. In the former episode, Frame was the co-captain of the spaceship Titanic. However, unbeknownst to him and the passengers aboard, the captain conspired with the company's founder to destroy the ship. While the episode did not focus on Frame's character, he was crucial in helping the survivors escape the ship with the Doctor. By the end of the episode, Frame stayed behind to talk to the authorities before seemingly retiring from the company. The next time we saw Frame was a quick cameo in the episode End of Time Part 2. The scene features the now retired captain in a bar sitting next to one of the Doctor's friends. The two start talking after the Doctor gave a note to his friend with Alonzo's name on it, and that was the last time we saw Russell Tovey in Doctor Who. Tovey did a few more acting jobs before getting cast in the Arrowverse. He made his first appearance in the Arrowverse crossover event, Crisis on Earth X, where he played Ray Tyrrell. At first, Ray seems like another prisoner in the Nazi-style concentration camp, but after escaping imprisonment with the heroes, it is discovered that he has superpowers and goes by the name The Ray. He then joins with the heroes in the crossover event to stop the Nazi multiversal doppelgangers from taking over the Earth. Tovey only portrayed the live-action version of the character twice, even though the character did make brief cameos after his introduction. However, Tovey did voice the character in the animated TV short series Freedom Fighters: The Ray. Tovey has since moved on to other acting jobs, but as seeing that Doctor Who and Arrowverse are still running, there's always a possibility that he returns to play these characters. Colin Salmon grew up in a tennis school in London, England. After finishing high school, Salmon started a punk rock band with 3 of his friends, with him being the group's drummer. The band released 2 EPs and a live cassette tape before the group disbanded. Currently, Salmon has his own jazz quartet in which he plays the trumpet. As for his acting career, Salmon is probably most well known for his portrayal of Charles Robinson, an ally of James Bond in 3 of the James Bond films starring Pierce Brosnan in the titular role. However, he has also made some notable appearances in Arrow and Doctor Who. In Arrow, Colin played Walter Steele, the stepfather of Oliver Queen and the CEO of Queen Consolidated. Walter is depicted as a family man, being a positive influence in his stepchildren's lives. Throughout the story, Walter finds out that his wife played a part in her late husband's death and was lying to him for years. Distraught by the discovery, Walter leaves his wife and files for divorce. His character in Doctor Who, however, was a little more devious. Salmon played Dr. Moon, a psychiatrist in the episodes Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. It's hard to explain his character without spoiling the episode and the major twist in it, but I highly advise watching the episodes as they are some of the best Doctor Who episodes in my opinion. While Salmon only appeared in these 2 episodes, then showrunner Russell T Davies explained to then writer and future showrunner Stephen Moffat that Dr. Moon could well in fact be a future incarnation of the Doctor. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Colin Salmon back in Doctor Who, this time as the 2-hearted sonic screwdriver-wielding alien himself. Tony Curran is the first of 2 Scottish actors on this list. He grew up in Glasgow and received formal training from the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama. Curran had his breakout role playing Lenny in the BBC TV series This Life. Since then, Curran has been cast in big blockbuster hits such as Gladiator, Pearl Harbor, Blade 2, X-Men First Class, and Outlaw King, just to name a few. But those who watch a lot of British TV might recognize Curran for his portrayal of the struggling artist Vincent van Gogh in Doctor Who. The episode Vincent and the Doctor is nearly universally praised, and a large part of that is due to Curran's depiction of the tormented artist. The Doctor and his then companion Amy traveled to 1890 France, just a few weeks before the artist died from an attempt on his life. While the Doctor was more interested in the alien that Vincent kept seeing, Amy focused on trying to get the artist to paint some of his most iconic paintings. Most of the episode is what you'll expect from a Doctor Who timepiece episode, but Curran's penultimate scene with the Doctor is one of the best scenes and one of the most heartfelt moments of the entire series, with another equally emotional scene after that. Curran made a quick appearance as the artist in the episode The Pandorica Opens, which for fans was a nice callback to a great Doctor Who episode. Going from a sympathetic character to a villainous one, Curran has been cast to play the Sparrow as the villain of the 5-part special known as Armageddon that kicks off Season 8 of Flash. As Season 8 has not yet been aired at the time of this recording, we cannot judge Curran's performance, but from what we've seen in trailers, it looks like they picked the perfect actor for the role. I'm sure he will do an amazing job, especially since this is not the first time he's been in comic book media. Curran has been in Blade 2, X-Men First Class, and Thor 2 The Dark World, making him the only person to date to be in Doctor Who, the MCU, and the Arrowverse. It's only a shame that he's going to appear in 5 episodes instead of the whole season. Next on this list is Alex Kingston. Kingston was born and raised in Epsom, England, where she attended Rosebery School for Girls. While there, Kingston was encouraged to pursue acting by a teacher. Eventually, Kingston will make a name for herself playing Elizabeth Corday in the medical drama ER. This role helped her land more acting jobs, leading her to be cast in another iconic role, this time in Doctor Who. In 2008, Kingston made her first appearance as Professor and archaeologist River Song.
Hello, sweetie.
The character made her debut in the episode Silence in the Library, the same episode where Colin Selman played Dr. Moon. Since her debut, River Song has become a prominent member of the TARDIS, featured heavily during Stephen Moffat's time as showrunner. Kingston has been involved in a few more Doctor Who projects, including voicing the character in the Doctor Who video game, playing River Song in a TV miniseries, and even writing a few Doctor Who novels. While playing River Song, Kingston sailed across the pond to Vancouver, Canada to be in the Arrowverse. She was cast as Dinah Lance, the mother of the Black Canary and White Canary. Some Green Arrow fans might recognize the name Dinah Lance as Black Canary, but it is important to note that the role was given to her daughter, whose full name was Dinah Laurel Lance, but went as Laurel. Her time in Arrow was short though, as it was explained that she left her family after the apparent death of one of her daughters. She only appeared in 7 episodes across the 8 seasons of Arrow, but each time she was on screen, she brought an emotional aspect to the show. All I can say is that it would have been nice to see this veteran actress a little more in the Arrowverse. Tracy Fatchor was born in Plymouth, England. She pursued acting after she was crowned the senior verse speaking champion of the Southwest when she was 15 years old. She attended the Raleigh School of Speech and Drama, and after graduating, she shot her first feature film named Blooded. Shortly after, she got a job working with the Royal Shakespeare Companies and made her theater debut as Minerva in the play Noughts and Crosses. From there, she made her first television debut in the BBC TV series Casualty. This eventually led her to playing another BBC character, except this time it would be in the fan-favorite show Doctor Who. Her role in Doctor Who was ultimately forgettable, even though her character was in part responsible for the events of the 2-part special that ended with the Doctor regenerating. She played the character Abigail Naismith, the daughter of billionaire Joshua Naismith in the TV specials The End of Time Part 1 and Part 2. In the episode, Abigail is obsessed with the previous Prime Minister of Great Britain, Harold Saxon, also known as the Master, who is a recurring antagonist to the Doctor. Abigail, with the help of her father, captures Harold Saxon to get his help with alien technology. Without getting into specifics of the episode, Saxon betrays the two, causing the events of the episode to unfold. By the end of the 2-part special, Abigail is arrested for her part in the chaos, and the character is never referenced again. Going from one time-traveling show to another, Tracy Efature's role in the Arrowverse was much more important to the overall story. She played Kuwasa, also known as the Water Witch, in Season 3 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow, though it is important to note that Efature only played the live-action version of the character, as the character was voiced by a different actress in the animated TV series short Vixen. Kuwasa was originally an antagonistic character, but due to wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey stuff, she became a crime-fighting duo with her sister and joined the Legends. Ultimately, Kuwasa was killed and Tracy left the show, but her performance as the character was truly great. And who knows, maybe the Doctor or the Legends will travel back to visit the characters played by this talented actress. Starting off the top 3 is David Harewood. David Harewood is an esteemed British actor on the big screen, small screen, and on the stage. Born in Birmingham, Harewood started his endeavors in acting young. He was a member of the National Youth Theatre and was enrolled in the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, where he received formal training. After graduating, Harewood began acting in films such as The Hawk, Mad Dogs and Englishmen, and I Wonder Who's Kissing You Now. In 1997, he became the first black actor to play Othello in the National Theatre in London. He became an associate member of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, and in 2012, he was appointed member of the Order of the British Empire for his services in drama. When he is not acting, David Harewood is a mental health ambassador, often speaking about his brief psychosis in his younger years. Being such an esteemed actor, Harewood has been part of many critically acclaimed movies and TV shows, one of which being Doctor Who. David Harewood appeared in the same episodes as his on-screen daughter, who was the previous entry on this list. Harewood portrayed the billionaire Joshua Naismith in the two-part special The End of Time Part 1 and Part 2. In the episode, Joshua Naismith helped his daughter find and capture Harold Saxon so that Saxon could help the two repair a piece of alien technology called the Immortality Gate that would grant Naismith's daughter immortality. Saxon betrayed the two and used the Immortality Gate for his own personal use. The Doctor then has to come in and save the day, and by the end of the two-part special, Joshua Naismith is arrested along with his daughter. Even though the role was small, Harewood still put on a solid performance. But if you watch this two-parter and wish to see more of his acting, don't worry. Harewood is featured heavily in the Arrowverse show Supergirl, and due to the crossover nature of the Arrowverse, has been seen in episodes of Arrow, Flash, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. This British actor does not only play one character in the show, but in fact 4 characters, that being Hank Henshaw, John Jones, Martian Manhunter, and Cyborg Superman. While technically some of these characters are the same person, he gets credited for each role separately, so I'm going to do the same here. Between the 4 characters, Harewood has an abundant number of scenes in the show and is the main focus of some episodes. While I'm not going to go into detail for each of his characters, he's a talented actor, and even if sometimes he is given cheesy dialogue, he still gives an amazing performance in each of his scenes. Even if you're not a fan of Supergirl or the Arrowverse, his performance in the show should be commended. Born in Birmingham, England as Thomas Arthur Darville, Darville started his acting career quite young. He joined an acting theater company by the age of 10, and at the age of 19, he started his own theater company. In 2001, he moved to London and received formal training in acting and stage combat from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. He started his professional career doing plays and soon made his way to the small screen, even co-starring with Matt Smith, who played a future incarnation of the Doctor. Soon after Darville's TV debut, he played his arguably most iconic character to date. In 2010, Darville made his first appearance as Rory Williams in Doctor Who along with his former co-star Matt Smith. He was the on-screen husband of the Doctor Who companion Amy Pond, played by Karen Gillan. Rory started out as the typical spineless husband who was constantly in the Doctor's shadow, but over the course of multiple seasons, the character came into his own and even became co-companions with his on-screen wife. Darville played the character exceptionally well, and it was quite emotional for fans when Darville left the show with his co-star Karen Gillan. The two went on to appear in other iconic roles. Karen Gillan went on to play Nebula in the MCU, and Darville went on to appear in the CW show DC's Legends of Tomorrow. He played the time traveler Rip Hunter when his family was killed by Vandal Savage. Consumed with rage, Rip traveled back in time to gather a group of heroes that could help him stop Vandal Savage. Rip Hunter left the Legends after the first season to continue the work of the Time Masters, as all of them had been killed due to Rip Hunter's actions. Rip Hunter made many more appearances in seasons 2 and 3 of Legends before ultimately being killed off. Unfortunately, there is no real way that Darvill can return to Doctor Who or DC's Legends of Tomorrow as his iconic characters, but there are more than enough scenes to enjoy Darvill's acting between the two shows. Born in Scotland, Barrowman and his family moved to the United States when he was only a child. He attended the United States International University in San Diego to study the performing arts. Barrowman performed in a vast number of plays and musicals before appearing in TV shows and movies. He soon moved to British television, where he was in a few projects before being cast in one of his most iconic roles. In 2005, Barrowman portrayed Captain Jack Harkness, a time agent turned friend and part-time companion to the Doctor. He made his first appearance in Season 1 of the revitalized Doctor Who series and began traveling with the Doctor. Barrowman brought a different kind of charm to Doctor Who and was well received by fans, returning to the show over the next couple of seasons before Barrowman left the show to star in the Doctor Who spin-off Torchwood. Jack made his final Doctor Who appearance in the 2009 episode The End of Time Part 2 as a cameo where he said his final goodbye to the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant. Barrowman stayed active in the Doctor Who community, appearing in different projects over the years, and even returned as the iconic character in some recent episodes.
You miss me, right?
With the character coming back to the small screen and original showrunner Russell T Davies returning to the show, Barrowman may be a more prominent member of the cast in the upcoming seasons. But if you don't want to wait to see more of John Barrowman's acting, you can always watch Arrow, where he had another prominent role. Barrowman played Malcolm Merlin in the show that started the small screen superhero interconnected universe. Malcolm Merlin was a wealthy businessman and father of Oliver Queen's best friend, Tommy. After Malcolm's wife died, he left Star City and began training with the League of Assassins. He returned to Star City to enact revenge on all of the people of the Glades, a low-income community where his wife was murdered. By the end of the first season, Malcolm is stopped by Oliver Queen, but being trained by the League of Assassins, Malcolm survived and was a thorn in Team Arrow's side throughout the show's run. In my opinion, Malcolm Merlin is one of the best written villains in any TV show or movie, especially compared to those in the superhero genre. So there you have it, the 8 actors and actresses who've appeared in Doctor Who and the Arrowverse. I wanted to make this video because I was curious about it, and when I looked it up, I only found results for Doctor Who actors who've appeared in the MCU. If I missed any actors, let me know in the comment section. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see any future videos I'll release. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.